Hello, fellow nutrition students. It's me, your teacher. My name is Kristen Jenkins, and I will be part of your life for the next 10 weeks, and I am super excited about it. I do want to hold up this piece of paper for just a moment. It is on your PowerPoint, but for some reason it didn't transfer to mine. This is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And he is telling us that there are certain things that we need in our life before other things. And at the very bottom in the red, you will see that we have physical needs. And part of those physical needs is food, nutrition. So food is a physical need. It's important that you know that. Food is a physical need. And physical needs are essential for life. In the education world where I come from, my background, we are taught that we have to take care of the Maslow things before we can take care of the Bloom's things. Bloom was another scientist who studied how people learn and comprehend. So, we can't learn and comprehend things, new information, if our physical needs are not being taken care of. So food is part of that. Abraham Maslow created this chart so that we would know how to function and survive. So this is pretty important in your nursing career to know. So let's talk about food and nutrients. So nutrition involves taking in and utilizing nourishment to maintain the health of our cells, tissues, organs, systems, and overall body. Good nutrition promotes good health. A person's health status affects them physically, mentally, and socially. So think about this for a minute. We make food choices all the time that affect our overall health and wellness. And we may make 220 food choices a day if you're thinking about yourself and your children and your family. And how are you making these choices? Do you notice yourself eating because you're feeling some kind of emotion? I'm happy. Let's celebrate with ice cream. Oh, I'm sad. Let's eat a bag of Doritos. Or, man, it's been a really rough day. I think I'll drink a 6-pack of Smirnoff. So we associate food and beverages a lot of times with our emotions. It's a mental thing. Think about your habits that you and your family have, your traditions. As Americans, we have all these traditions, and usually it happens every month almost. You can go down the months of the year and come up with a celebration that is associated with food. Valentine's Day is coming up. So for Valentine's Day, are you going to give lots of chocolate? Are you going to go out to dinner with your spouse? All of those things involve eating. March, St. Patrick's Day, going on the beer tour in Louisville. Easter, have this big Easter dinner. You give your kids loads of candy. So as Americans, we associate food with happiness and celebration. But, are we, hey, let's get out the Brussels sprouts. It's Easter, or it's Halloween. Let's have some broccoli. We're not really associating good nutrition with our habits a lot of the time, which can really affect us, our overall health. So often peer pressure may affect you when it comes to your nutrition. Oh, well, I know I'm on a diet, but my friends, the girls and I, we're going to go to the club and we're going to drink some, lots of alcohol. And then after that, we'll hit the bar restaurant and we'll have French fries and deep fried mushrooms. All that is all fun, but, you put that into your body, that's what your body is. You go, going to get its nutrition from, and there's very little nutrition in those things. So if we treat our body like a honky tonk, then we are going to experience adverse effects. We are going to be tired. We're going to be irritable. We're going to have trouble concentrating, and it's going to evolve all these health problems. And that's why nutrition is so important for yourself and for teaching your patients about those same things. The why factor of what we're putting into our body and what we should be putting into our body. So nutrients are chemical substances supplied by food and are needed for growth, maintenance, and to repair the body. So if we think of food as fuel for our body, what does our body need to grow? What does our body need to maintain a healthy body weight? What does our body need to repair cells? And instead of thinking as food as, you've heard the saying, eat to live instead of living to eat. That's an old diet saying. It's very true. Eat to live, eat to maintain these functions in your body instead of living to eat. So what are we eating? There are 6 categories of nutrients, one being carbohydrates and fiber, like breads and pastas and sweets. And there's simple carbs and there's complex carbs. Carbs gets a bad name in the diet world. So I personally see carbs as the best way for energy. So, but there are 2 different kinds. You need to know what kind is going to provide that great energy and what's going to put fat on your body. So carbohydrates and fiber is one. Fats is another one. Yes, we need fats. We need good, healthy fats in our body for digestion. Proteins, big one. Vitamins and minerals. And water. These are the 6 nutrients. These are the 6 categories of nutrients, and it's very important that you are able to name all 6. Okay? So water. Yes, people don't think water is a nutrient. Yes, it is. It's very important for your body, and it's very important for digestion. It's very important that we're getting the water that we need each day. So facts of nutrients. So some nutrients provide energy or heat. Those nutrients are carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Some nutrients provide support for growth and maintenance of tissue. Those are water, protein, fats, and minerals. And some nutrients regulate certain body processes. Vitamins, minerals, and proteins, including fiber, do this for us. So these nutrients build body structure and repair tissue. These right here support growth and repair tissue for us. And let's take a look at this list. This list is important. So notice that fats are in 2 of the categories. Fat gives us energy and heats our body, and it also supports growth and maintains our tissues. It's very important that you know fats do these 2 things. They do not regulate certain body processes. Let's look at carbohydrates here. Carbohydrates have 2 functions. Their functions are to provide energy. They are the best source of fuel for your body, and they are a source of heat. Because we metabolize carbohydrates in a certain way, so that gives heat into our body. So the 2 things to take away from this slide, first of all, know the functions of the nutrients, but pay close attention to what carbohydrates do and what fats do for your quiz at the end. So what are we going to talk about? Well, we have certain things that is very important for you to know. Digestion, absorption, and metabolism. We're going to do these things. I'm going to give you a moment to read them if you haven't already. Okay. Every part of the body, every body system, every single cell requires nutrients. Eat to live. The food we eat must be broken down for use by our body's cells. So, what are these? The three processes that prepare food for use by the body are digestion, absorption, and metabolism. Those three processes. And then going out of our body, the process that removes indigestible or unused substances from the body is called elimination. So we eliminate waste. Digestion, the chemical and mechanical breakdown of our food for the use by the body. So here it is. Here is the beautiful digestive system. The alimentary canal is where digestion takes place, and it starts from the mouth, goes to the anus. So your oral, you'll have all of these different vocabulary words coming up. There's your oral cavity, your pharynx, your esophagus, your stomach, your small intestines, and your large intestines. So if you watch the video, the song that goes with all of those body parts, it's a cute way and will help your brain remember the important organs of the digestive system. Okay, mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestines, large intestines are the important organs in which digestion takes place. Okay, the alimentary canal is separated by segments of sphincters. These sphincters is what moves the food through your body. Sphincters is what moves the food through your body. And they are these ring-like muscles. They're tight ring-like muscles that control movement of food through the organs of the digestional tract. Okay, so it's very important that you know what sphincters are. Our alimentary canal is lined with mucosa. It secretes mucus to lubricate the alimentary canal, and it secretes digestive enzymes of the stomach and small intestines. Okay, so for your quiz, know the word sphincter. Okay. Accessory organs used in digestion. So we need these organs. They accessorize, think of them as the necklaces and rings of the digestive system. So the liver is the second largest organ in the body, and it produces bile to break down dietary fats. The gallbladder stores that bile, and the pancreas secretes enzymes that break down the energy nutrients. So I'm going to go back to that for just a moment. So these accessory organs is where emulsification happens. It's the final steps of mechanical digestion. And it's very important that we know that chyme from the stomach mixes with the digestive secretions from the pancreas, liver, and the gallbladder. So chyme is the small segments of food that your stomach makes, okay? And these accessory organs work together to help break down and digest that chyme even more. The emulsification process is breaking down fats and lipids also. So we need our liver and our gallbladder and our pancreas to help us digest fats and lipids. So it's also important that you know the three accessory organs that go with the digestive system. Once again, they are the liver, the gallbladder, and the pancreas. Digestive action. Let's get it on. There are two digestive actions, mechanical digestion and chemical digestion. Let's talk about mechanical digestion. It's very important that you know all 4 steps of mechanical digestion. The first is mastication, swallowing, peristalsis, and emulsification. Peristalsis is how I should say it. So, very tongue twister words, but let's talk about each one. Mastification is chewing. Okay, that's what creates the bolus in your mouth, okay, that you're going to swallow down your esophagus. So, a mastication is chewing. The second step is swallowing. Peristalsis is when your food, when that bolus is traveling down the stomach, traveling down the esophagus into the stomach. Okay, and your stomach muscles are contracting, okay, and breaking that food down even more. So, last step is emulsification, and that's where it is physically breaking up the fats into smaller pieces, and we need those accessory organs to help us do that. So those are the 4 mechanical digestions: mastification, swallowing, peristalsis, and emulsification. Okay, and you need to know what all 4 means. We have chemical processes, and chemical digestion just means that it's the process of enzymes into our digestive system. Those chemical digestion involves saliva in the mouth to help create that bolus. It's also breaking down carbohydrates in our mouth. Gastric juices from our stomach. Pancreatic juices and intestinal juices. So those chemical digestion are moving the things in our digestive system and helps break down even further into smaller molecules. So food is broken down into simple molecules 4 to 6 hours after we eat. This is our oral cavity where that bolus is made. It starts with our teeth. This is also where mastication happens. So this is the first part of the mechanical digestion: the teeth, the tongue, the salivary glands, and look at the chart. You can see where they are all located. Okay, so we are using our teeth and tongue for chewing, and that process is called mastication. Okay, here is the pharynx and the esophagus. Find where those are. So there's the bolus traveling down the esophagus. Okay, the pharynx moves the bolus into the esophagus by swallowing. The esophagus is about 10 inches long and moves food into the stomach by the action of peristalsis. So once again, there's that third step, chewing, swallowing, peristalsis. Okay. So 3 steps of mechanical digestion has already occurred just in our oral cavity and esophagus. Pretty fantastic, huh? So once again, the pharynx moves bolus into the esophagus, and the esophagus moves the food into the stomach. And here's our lovely stomach. It extends from the esophagus to the small intestines. Chemical digestion begins in our stomach. It's where gastric juices begin to break down proteins. And the mechanical digestion continues because the muscle walls churn the contents to produce chyme. Here's our lovely small intestines. So it's the largest part of the alimentary canal. And there are three parts: the duodenum, which is 10 inches, the jejunum, which is 8 feet, and the ileum, which is 11 feet. Yes. So think about that. That's 20 feet long. That is about half the height of an electrical pole and almost as tall as an adult giraffe, and 3 times the length or height of Shaquille O'Neal. Carbohydrate and fat digestion occurs in the small intestines. 90% of all digestion occurs in your small intestines. And nearly all end product absorption occurs here in the small intestines. So our small intestines does so much for us. It's very important that we keep that part of our body very healthy. So absorption. End products of digestion move from the GI tract into the bloodstream or the lymphatic system for the use by the body's cells. Small intestines is where most of that absorption occurs, 90%. In the large intestines, it extends from the ileum to the anus and absorbs 80% of the water. This is where water comes in. Remember, I told you it was a very important nutrient. It is because it's what helps move the food, move that byproduct out of our large intestines. If people who are constipated usually are not drinking enough water and taking in enough fiber. So we need to make sure that we are drinking a lot of water so that we don't clog this up. So, and just taking a fiber supplement is not going to work if you're not drinking your recommended daily water. All that's going to do is kind of act like concrete in there. It's not, there's nothing to move it out. So, the large intestines is also absorbing vitamins. There are fat-soluble vitamins, and they are absorbed very much like our lipids and fats. And there's water-soluble vitamins, and they are directly absorbed into the bloodstream from the intestines. Okay, there are medications that do affect absorption. Antacids, laxatives, birth control pills can affect it, anticonvulsants, and antibiotics. I'm sure in your lifetime you've been on an antibiotic and experienced digestive discomfort because antibiotics are great. They kill, bacteria in our bodies, but they also can kill the good digestive flora in your intestines. So we need to think about that when we're thinking about the digestion of our patients and how we can decrease that from happening. So metabolism. Metabolism is the sum of all chemical processes that occur on a cellular level to maintain homeostasis. And homeostasis is just the balance of our body, keeping everything in balance, everything in check. So how do we do this? Well, there's catabolic reactions, catabolic processes that breaks down compounds and molecules for the release of energy. And then we have anabolic reactions. And anabolic reactions is the use of energy to build up or repair cells. So digestion, digesting our foods and that molecule breakdown in our body for energy, that's catabolic reaction. So when we're breaking down and we are using that breaking down for energy, that's a catabolic reaction. Anabolic reactions center on growth and building up our body. So that's why we have to have a balance of both. Okay? So understanding anabolism and catabolism can really help you be healthy and help you lose weight more effectively and gain muscle, because you are balancing both of these reactions in your body. You also need to add rest. Rest is another big part of this equation. Your metabolism is working even when you're sleeping. So in summary, the sum of catabolism and anabolism equals metabolism. Okay? Elimination and excretion. How do we eliminate these byproducts from our body? What we didn't absorb, how are we getting rid of it? Well, there's your large intestines. Water absorption leaves solid waste product. So after all that water has been absorbed in your body, then you are going to be left with this solid waste product. And mucus provides the only lubrication for feces. Here's the excretion. It's a material that we have no use for our cells, so it becomes waste. Solid waste in water are feces from our colon, and gaseous waste is carbon dioxide from our lungs, and that liquid waste is urine from our kidney and bladder. So let me go back to that. So let's talk about it. We went through from the mouth all the way, here we are at the end of our colon excreting feces. So how long does that take? Well, the digestion of a meal takes 30 to 40 hours. Repeat. The digestion of a meal takes 30 to 40 hours. Yes. So think about eating your breakfast. Starts at our GI tract, and the process of digestion begins in absorbing nutrients. From that one meal could take 30 to 40 hours. And let's review the organs that achieve the digestion process. Are you ready? Mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestines, large intestines. Those are your 5 organs that we need for digestion. And don't forget about the accessory organs that help to break down fats for us, which are the pancreas, the gallbladder, and the pancreas, the gallbladder, and the liver. Yes, the second largest organ of our body. So digestion is a big deal, a very big deal. And so when you're thinking about what you are eating, are you eating those nutrients? Are you getting what your body needs for the best digestion possible? Are you putting all 6 categories of nutrients in your body? Are you getting carbohydrates and fiber? Are you getting the minerals you need? Are you taking in the vitamins your body needs for cellular function? Are you eating some good healthy fats like omega-3s? Are you eating protein? And are you drinking enough water? All 6 work together. It's kind of like homeostasis. If we take out a piece of the 6 nutrients, then our body can't achieve that balance. They all work together for this perfect harmonious thing called digestion, and to keep our body to maintain growth, to repair our body as we need it, and maintenance for our body. That's what nutrients do. Okay? So think about that. And keep a food diary for a couple of days. And it's okay, be honest. When I was a college student, yes, my body, I was not thinking about exactly what I was eating. I was thinking about, when do I have time to eat? To be honest, that's what I was mainly focused on. What can I grab really quickly so that I can go to school, work, and take care of 3 kids? That's what I was doing when I was in college. So I didn't really think about what I was putting in my body. The only thoughts was, am I hungry? Yes or no? It was very simple. But write down what you eat for 3 days. On your discussion board, you have to write down what you eat for 1 day. So, think about it. Just be honest. It's okay. Write down the portion sizes if you can. And that includes all the beverages you consume: coffee, water, alcohol, whatever you're drinking. And assess your food diary. Did you get those 6 nutrients in? And I look forward to reading your discussion later. Thank you for listening. I'm here if you have a question or need me to explain something further. Have a great week. Bye.